Dread Delusion is an open-world RPG brimming with strange places and dark perils. Players will travel through the flying continents of a shattered land, discover curious towns, unearth occult secrets, master powerful magic, and change the world through their choices. The game was published by Dread EXP and independently developed by James Wragg under their guise of Lovely Hell Place. You can find further work of animation, games, and comics of theirs on their website in the description below. In the words of Lovely Hell Place, while Dread Delusion may borrow the aesthetics of PS1 era games, we have tried to cultivate an entirely fresh experience that emphasizes choice-driven storytelling and exploration above all else. The player is tasked with tracking down the legendary mercenary Vela Kolos, though they may explore the Oniric Isles as they wish. On their journey, they will have the opportunity to intervene in an array of largely optional quests, many of which can drastically change the game's ending. What's going on, you guys? Kintzugi here, and welcome to my Discover Games series, where I focus on mostly RPG games that have been developed independently for no bigger teams than AA studios. And I am doing this in an effort for not only myself, but for you guys to discover games that would otherwise go unnoticed. Now sit back and relax, and let's check out Dread Delusion. All right, so let's get into this here. I just started the game. I'm gonna have minimal commentary on this gameplay here, which is very different from our streams.
Our world is long
so let's
since
listen
shattered,
here.
But hope still flickers in our darkest dreams. Few would guess that our fate would be decided upon the Oniric Isles, an almost forgotten archipelago of the southern sky realms. On these uncanny islands, the apostatic union, power-drunk after slaughtering their once exalted gods, maintains but a paltry presence. Under their negligent gaze, the deep forests and dark places teem with cutthroats, cultists, and worse. In the desolate, endless realm, poor souls languish undying in decrepit mausoleums, yearning for their lost mortality, while the Clockwork Kingdom, ruled by the crooked logic of its manufactured monarch, strives to transform not just the realm, but reality itself. All these regions have their part to play in this unfolding story. But it begins fathoms below, in the Underlands, a ruinous wasteland where none can draw breath for long. It is here that a secret waits to be uncovered by someone whose dreams burn brighter than any. But will those dreams kindle into a radiant destiny? Or will we burn in the folly of delusion?
I love it. Wow, that's charming, dude. This feels like something that would have hit me so hard, literally in the PS1 era, as this game is described for the graphics. Ooh, that's nice, dude. That is real nice. There's something charming about it where I feel like, I mean, I appreciate this as an adult. I don't know how mature, if at all, this game is anyway. Just kind of like that storybook, but dark fantasy storybook style to it and vibe I was getting from that. All right, guys, I think it's ready. Let's get into this. Let's start the game. God, look at this, dude. Difficulty mode, normal mode, or hard mode? This setting is permanent and cannot be changed during the playthrough. Well, being that this is my first experience with it, I'll go normal mode as I usually do.
The world was long ago broken, its surface cursed. You are a dweller of the sky realms, drifting islands that cradle the last of human civilization. Here, in the dank cell of an Inquisition ship, you ruminate on your past.
Very Elder Scrolls of you.
Dreams of childhood slip through your mind. Was your fate sealed, even then?
We have some choices. Now, this game does have a lot of player choice, or so it claims. But this is pretty traditional RPG stuff, isn't it? All right, we have Brawler. The idea of battle captivates you. It always has. You started by smashing sticks. Before long, you were clashing swords. There was never any question you were a fighter through and through. This is +2 might, increases your maximum health. Governs the combat skills of attack and defense. We have Urchin. All right, I'm curious about this one. Growing up, you were nobody, just another malnourished child. Clogging the city without the street gang, you have died like the rest. They taught you to see what others didn't, to slip in where others couldn't. They taught you to survive. 2 in Guile. I'm curious of what this Guile is all about. Oh, this is probably just the description, I believe, of this. Okay, so increases your maximum stamina, governs the lockpick and agility skills. Very nice. We have Apprentice. As a child of remarkable promise from an unremarkable family, your parents sold you to a passing scholar. Your youth was spent copying tombs till your hands bled, but what you read, wow, we're starting to rhyme here, you did not forget. +2 wisdom, increases your maximum mana, governs lore and spellcast skills. I'm curious if I'm going to go melee or magic here. And then persona as a noble here. These are our backgrounds. These are the points we get. A child of noble birth, you were dining with foreign dignitaries before you could walk. You learned manners and etiquette, but more than anything, tenacity for the glittering halls of Ryova can be more cutthroat than the darkest of valleys. You get +2 persona, increases your regen rate, governs the charm and barter skills. Very nice. Okay, let's see what I'm going to go with then. Do we just go hack and slash? Or do we go magic? I've been super into magic lately. I like the idea of the utility of Guile. I know this game, from what I could tell already, it's not all about the combat to progress. Let's go with might, though. Let's keep it simple here. Let's go with my tried and true
The body grew.
Brawler.
The mind sharpened. For a while, you excelled.
All right, another choice here. Now, I'll probably let you guys just pause the game if you want to read these here. I'll just skim through them for myself and make a decision from there. I'm looking at 20 plus attack, +20 lockpick, +20 lore, and +20 charm. So lore can reveal hidden secrets. Lockpick is obvious. Attack is obvious. Charm, ability to influence others. Okay, so dialogue choice might be big here. Reveal important information or resolve difficult encounters. Let's take a look here. So assassin, I mean, that appeals to me. I'll tell you that. Inquisitor, mercenary, soldier. I don't want to go all in on just a brute. I do want to have some skills beyond having big biceps. Lockpick seems like it's a tried and true staple, right? Let me go lockpick here as a mercenary.
Cracks showed. Your guard slipped. The mistake was grave. The Inquisition had your scent.
Okay. A few more choices here. +20 defense, +20 agility, 20 spellcast, or 20 barter. Defense or barter is probably what I'm going with based on this build I'm thinking about on the fly here. We're talking traumatized, deserter, fatal, miscast, or arms dealer. I wonder how good dual specking is, so to speak, to be a weapons holder plus casting spells. I wonder if we have dual ability to equip on 2 hands. So we have decreases damage with +20 defense. That checks out. Barter allows for more favorable deals. Buy low and sell high. Movement speed and jump is always nice, but I think I want to take my time with this one, to be honest. Obviously, I know it's talking about combat. Let's go barter. Let's go more of that utility, shall we? All right. They are not lying when they say inspired by PS1 graphics here. I grew up on the PS1, and this is looking awesome. This puts me with the ambiance right back home in my parents' living room, dude. All right, let's see if we can interact here. It does not look like it. Let's see. Enemy or ally? Wow, that takes me back to walking into items just to pick them up. No interact on that. All right, let's see what this guy is all about. Steampunk-esque. I can't really get a vibe read on the environment outside of the art style. Let's talk with them. Prisoner 17. You have been marked for temporary release. The High Confessor will see you in the central chamber. Okay. Do not keep her waiting. Who are you? I was a prisoner like you, but the Inquisition in its generosity has made me so much more. I could see that. Cipher magic runs through my veins. My sins have been cleansed. I am a servant of the Inquisition now. Well, all right then. Being that exploration was a key point to promote about this game, I can almost see it already just in terms of so much curiosity is flowing through me with this art style. All right, I think this is... The device lurches on unstable legs, thick with blood oozing from its seams with each shuddering movement. A woman's voice, hoarse and raspy, echoes from within the device. Your service is required, prisoner 17. I'm not going to take orders from a coffin. That's what that is. That's not my name. A cackle lapses into a sputter of coughs. You forfeited the right to a name when you betrayed the apostatic union. A number is all you deserve. But I offer you the chance of penance and opportunity to atone for your vulgar crimes. I am the High Confessor of this Inquisition Combat Tribunal. We are tracking the most dangerous of criminals, and you will help us. Well, I'm game. There's no way I'm helping. What's in it for me? Let's get greedy. She wheezes. You should be glad of such a righteous opportunity to serve penance, but success could bring benefits, even your freedom. So listen closely. Our target's whereabouts have been known for some time. A backwater archipelago, hard words here, on the very fringes of Union territory. Known as the Oneric Isles, these flying islands are host to a manor of outcasts and miscreants. We arrived a few hours ago, but met with fierce resistance. Our target is in the Blinding Light Fortress, the last remaining holdout of the Dark Star mercenaries. For our quarry is their leader, the notorious Vela Kolos. Vela Kolos, this is suicide. Never heard of her? Never heard of her. She is the daughter of the Admiral Kolos, groomed for command, but she set off on her own to found a warband of thieves and pirates. The Dark Stars were tolerated in the Union until Vela became enthralled with delusions of grandeur, claimed she could create some sort of heaven. We gained the Inquisition Journal. Before you go, take this Inquisition Journal. A mechanical arm thrusts a peculiar device in your direction. It will keep track of your mission. My drones can offer guidance, and closer to the blinding light, Inquisitor Ignavis can assist you further. Let's go see Ignavis, shall we? Oh, and don't try to run. These flying islands are unstable, and many a fool has fallen to their death. I feel like that's personal there. Well, that was great timing. All right, I think we found our man again. We have a chest here too. Let's open it. We found a rusty sword. Swords are reliable all-rounder weapons, rewarding both speed and aggression. Chipped and corroded, this one has seen better days and may yet see them again, if some of the rust could be cleaned off. Let's talk to him. Damaged doors can be broken with a weapon. There's a chest next to me. Pick up the sword, then press the inventory key to open your journal. Navigate to the equipment panel and equip the sword into one of your weapon slots. Lastly, remember to press the attack key to unholster your weapon. Though this is a meager task, I calculate there is 1 in 20 chance you will somehow perish in the attempt. Well, that seems like horrible odds. Let's take a look at what our keybinds are here. Where is my inventory? We have a map here. Okay, I think we found our sword. Let's equip that. Let's take a look at our other menu options. Our stats, finding maps, and our inventory. Very nice. Okay. We have just equipped our sword. Let's attack this. 1 in 20 chance, eh, buddy? Let's go. All right, so we have a health potion here. That is good to know. Got to figure out how I'm going to use those efficiently. This potion is brewed from the Eye of Pageth. Herb and hastens the body's restorative functions. It is prescribed by most doctors, one of their few treatments that does more good than harm. Not going to lie to you guys, I don't remember the last time I read a description of a health potion. Self-explanatory, but I like the creativity here. Let's read the sign. Spells and quick items must be equipped in the equipment menu before use. Once equipped, press spell to use spells and item to use items. You can scroll through equipped items with switch item or spells with switch spell. I'm actually going to take a look here at my keybinds, if available. Not seeing that right now. Title screen controls, that's what I'm looking for. We have our movement. Sprint. Left shoulder. Oh, this is just movement, right? Actions. Attack, hold, tap, or press left mouse button. Spell is right mouse button. Okay, so we can have spells and melee weapons all at the same time, it seems. Item is R. Block is F. Actually, I almost want to turn items into... Let's do block. 1 is on my mouse, so I could hit that with my thumb. And same thing with item. I'm going to use another mouse button here. Okay. Selection. Z is switch item. Switch spell is control. Switch weapon is hold or tap Q. Okay, so Q, Z, or control. Easy enough. Let's test that out right now. We don't really have anything, do we? That changed our weapon there. Okay. Let's take a look at this beautiful world. Wow. Like, to me, this screams being inside a creative person's mind, especially, obviously, one that loves fantasy, RPGs. It's just like, it's a brainchild. I love this. All right, let's go down here. We have a sprint button as well. Our mana potion, created from Paradoxicus herb. This potion stimulates the mind and increases users' magical potency. It has become quite a habit for many university scholars. All right. I don't know who is friend or foe. It's going to be hard to say. But let's wander here. What do we have here? Another wretched soul caught in the Inquisition's web, no doubt. Tell me, has your High Confessor sent you off to die? I hope not, no. So you're loyal to that absurd institution. You really are a lost cause. Before long, those Inquisition bastards will have locked up half the Sky Realms. And for what? Praying to a family deity, having a little hope. She gazes into the distance. Well, stranger, you'd best watch yourself out there. Mark my words, something's brewing on these islands. The stage is set, the curtain's drawn, and the performance is set to bring the house down. She smirks at you, and something tells me that you have your own role to play. The stage is set. That is certainly so. Let's begin by wandering here and see if we could find anything. Controls are nice and smooth. We did find a potion. This game is making me feel like a child, dude. Ooh, a little dagger here. Throwing knife. A well-balanced steel knife designed to be thrown. Enslev, thieves and thugs like to coat the blade with jitter seed extract for an additional sting. I now wonder, what was my inventory button again? Let me go back to my controls here. Airship. Well, that's going to be interesting when we get there. Item. Inventory is tab. Okay. Let's see if we can equip these. Use this item. I don't know if that's using it or equipping it. That was using it. Okay. There are a number of skills that determine your effectiveness at certain tasks. Some are active skills such as lockpick or lore, which will let you interact with objects in the world. Others are passive skills such as defense and regen. Skill can be improvised by increasing the delusion attribute that governs it, or with special equipment. I guess we'll test that out here, maybe. Can't interact, so let's break it. And let's explore too as well. Enemy, maybe? Let's read the sign first. There are 4 delusion attributes, the fundamental attributes which govern your skills: might, wisdom, guile, and persona. To increase these attributes, you must find enough glimmers of delusion by exploring or completing quests. So this seems friendly. You glimpsed a glimmer of delusion, collect more. Stamina potion. Restores stamina and a portion of stamina threshold. Derived from the jitter seed, this potion imbues the user with an unnatural energy. Let's see what this is. Do I dare? We pilfered a lockpick there. I wonder if I could have unlocked that. Oh, these are just crates. This is just like Zelda. We're saving there. That's why I think everything went laggy. An assortment of ammunition for ranged weapons require fire, bows, and the like. All right, we have another friend here. The road ahead is patrolled by Dark Star mercenaries. I strongly recommend sneaking through the mushrooms to avoid combat. It's not that I doubt your skills, prisoner 17. I simply calculate a 3 in 5 chance you will die horribly. The charm of these guys. Remember, direct conflict is usually avoidable. Be on the lookout for ways to sneak past through enemies. Sneak past tough enemies, I believe that said. So that is what I remember hearing about this game, is that you can be or conduct yourself a pacifist playthrough. I really would love to get into combat though. In many cases, combat is avoidable. Press crouch to toggle sneaking. Your footsteps will not make any sound. Alternatively, you can sneak up behind an enemy to perform a stealth attack. Damage to unaware enemies will be multiplied. I wonder if we can do the best of both worlds here and sneak up. That did work. Okay, now we have another enemy on us. Oh, wow. They are rapid fire. They do hurt too. Okay. See, that's why I appreciate the want to encourage me to be a pacifist, but at the same time, I want to see if I can practice the combat, being that this unofficial tutorial, it seems, did not introduce that quite yet. That is... I think charming is going to be the word I'm going to repeat a lot. The building is on fire. Look at this. All right, we found some more throwing knives. I wonder, what was the... Sounds like there is a way to use throwing knives on a keybind, so actions here. Oh, it might be switching items, potentially. Let's see if I hit that Z again. That's not it. Was it Control or Alt, maybe? We can jump too. Alright, that's good to know. Because I can't imagine you would just use it by going into your inventory there. Doesn't look friendly, does it? I guess it is friendly. Jitter Seed, a potent seed that vibrates in one hand, can be used as an alchemy ingredient. The volatile nature of this herb makes it ideal for restorative potions and poisons alike, and so is prized in the criminal gangs of Slev. More arrows. With an unholstered weapon, press attack to perform a normal attack. Maybe I got ahead of myself. That was literally the tutorial to sneak, and now we're going into attack. Hold it for a slower, more powerful attack. That's good to know. Very nice. Here we go. We have somebody right here. Oh. Okay, that seemed to go well. The heavy attack definitely worked nicely. I love that lasting animation there. Alright, let's see what this guy's gonna teach us. Our agent is dying, but they still might be of use. You may have to charm them to gain their trust. The agent may take some convincing. You have been a prisoner for some time. I can no longer smell, but there is a high probability that you emit a foul stench. Success relies on your charm skill, which is derived from the persona attribute. We didn't go too much into the charm, did we? Well, let's see how this operates, shall we? Are you one of the locals? He looks you up and down in disgust. Look, just leave me be. I failed the Inquisition. I'd rather die in peace. Let's try this charm, shall we? I'm here to help. Your Inquisitor has tasked me with capturing Vela Kolos. Success. He lets out a weary chuckle that breaks into a cough. Oh my, I recognize you now. You're one of the prisoner gods. The Inquisitor must be really desperate. You know you're going to die, right? Those bastards wiped out our whole echelon. If you insist on this fool's errand, you might find some supplies at my crashed drop pod. Follow the river upstream and you should find it by the waterfall. It's one thing I imagine we don't have here. If we take a look in our inventory, like we don't have a quest log or anything, maybe? The hunt for Vela Kolos. Oh, maybe this is our quest log. Yeah, I'm seeing the exclamation point here. Okay. Very nice. Oh, you know what here? We have spells right here. Equipment. Offhand. Okay. That's good to know. We didn't look at that yet. Oh, no. To progress, excuse me, you must unlock this door. You will need a lockpick to begin. You should find an ample supply next to me. When picking a lock, there's always a chance you will fail and the lockpick will break. To pick locks more easily, increase your lockpick skill. Mechanical locks are not the only security measure you will come across. There is an art to disguising secrets through magical means. Interesting, okay. Some doors can be unlocked using a lockpick item. Your chance of success is governed by your lockpick skill. If an attempt fails, one of your lockpicks will break. Let's try this out. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so there's no actual action you have to do personally, like a mini game. It's a yes or a no, right? It's a roll. It's a roll of the die. Some doors can be opened via hidden mechanisms. These secret switches require a high enough lore skill and a small amount of mana to unlock. The lore skill is governed by your wisdom. You may be able to further increase it using special equipment. In this room, the candlesticks on the wall have been enchanted to seal a secret passageway. To dispel them, you will need enough lore skill. The incantation will also deplete your mana slightly. A single passageway may need several switches, so always be mindful of your surroundings. Let's try this out. I love it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Your current status is represented by 3 stats: health, mana, and stamina. To restore your stats, rest in a bed or drink a potion. Doesn't seem like this one is as lucrative as the last cave. Whoa. I don't want to talk to that guy when this is here. Well, hello there. As you approach, the Inquisitor takes in a deep breath of air. Do you smell that, prisoner 17? Great mustache, buddy. Engine grease, smoke of the battle, or mushrooms? Let's go mushrooms. He clicks his fingers exactly. He turns to you, a beaming smile across his face. I've never seen this many mushrooms in my life. He's a big fan. Such wide stalks, such healthy gills. He takes a long breath. Ah, and such potent spores. We have mushroom forests back home in Lundell, but nothing like this. Quest started. Damn fine tea. Very nice. He waggles a finger at you while turning his gaze back at the mushrooms. Prisoner 17, if you get back alive, remind me to get a batch of this Scryshroom tea for my wife. They make it here on Onoric Isles, and I hear it's to die for. Let's take the quest, shall we? He slaps you on the shoulder. That's damn good of you, prisoner. Ah, but where are my manners? He holds out his hand in greeting. Inquisitor Ignavius of the 12th Inquisitorial Tribunal. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Shake his hand, slap his hand, or how do I get to the blinding light? Let's shake his hand. He grips your hand with an equal firmness. I see I'm in good company, prisoner. He points at the fortress ahead. That's blinding light, the fortress of Vela Kolos, leader of the Dark Star mercenaries. The High Confessor told me you'd be joining the assault, and not a moment too soon. We need all the help we can get. I sent all my agents, but so far none have reported back. We expected heavy fighting, but it seems those Dark Star ruffians are tougher bunch than we gave them credit for. Your orders are to capture Vela alive. A tall order, I'll admit, but I think you're up to the job, prisoner. So, any questions? I don't believe so. How do I get to the blinding light? Is there a way I can avoid bloodshed? What if I want to practice my combat skills? Let's see about the pacifist route. Ah, the sneaky sort, are we? Well, you're in luck. My agents reported that there is a side entrance to the right of the fortress, which leads into a maintenance tunnel of some sort. I'm sure the Dark Stars laid plenty of traps, but surely nothing you couldn't disarm with a deft hand, eh? Once you're inside, you could try and avoid detection by keeping to the walls. These old Gad war forts have plenty of nooks and crannies, so just, he puts a finger on his lips, keep quiet and out of sight. Yes? All right, let's see all the paths we can take here. What if I want to practice my combat skills? Ah, well, we established a small boot camp of sorts just here. I always make sure to remind my combat echelon of the fundamentals before a tricky mission, so you'll find plenty of target dummies and tutorial signs just below. I need to know more about Vela in this mission. He nods. Yes, I'm sure you have plenty of questions. What do you want to know? Tell me about Vela and the Dark Stars. Vela Kolos, now that's a name that'll make hair stand on end. She's the daughter of the old Admiral Kolos of the apostatic Union Navy, but instead of following in her father's footsteps, she founded the most accomplished mercenary band since the God of War. Sure, she's currently the most wanted criminal in the Union, but you've got to hand it to her. For years, the Union itself relied on Vela and her Dark Stars to do the jobs the Navy were unwilling or unable to do themselves. He sighs. It's a pity she turned down such a dark path. In the later years of the Dark Stars, their number of villainous deeds far exceeded those of noble intent. What of the Dark Stars' villainy, then? Well, there was the Astral College heist in Beyond, where they made off with an artificial star among other priceless treasures. Then there was the sinking of the merchant freighter Popinjay, and all those hostages slaughtered at the siege of Sarajevo. I could go on. In the end, they say she lost the plot, started yammering about some sort of heaven. The Inquisition ruled this was tantamount to cultism. Article 12? No. Gosh. Claims of a religious nature and warranted her arrest. Of course, I think polymaths are over, and Riova had wanted her gone long before all this got too big for her boots, and finally they had their warrant. Even Vela's own mercs got so riled up, they mutinied against her. She's been hiding out here for years, but the Inquisition finally got the go-ahead to make a move, so here we are. All right, the premise is set with this Vela character, isn't it? Why are you using prisoners like me? I imagine I know what that's all about, right? Looks like we have a scroll button here for more about the mission. What do you think of the High Confessor? Let's get going with this mission, shall we? Lots of dialogue that I did not expect in this game. And I don't say that in a bad way, let me tell you. His smile beams. Ah, that's the spirit prisoner. I'm sure you'll make short work of those ruffians. And when you're done, be sure to check in with me after the mission. I've taken quite an interest in these Oniric Isles of late, and I'm sure I can fill you in with plenty of useful tidbits. Sounds like further quests or to-dos. Well, all right then. Time for me to shut my mouth and let's go get inside this castle. This base camp used as a staging ground by our Inquisition agents. I love how I said that, and we're talking to somebody else. It was highly useful for them to brush up on their skills before they all went and got themselves slaughtered by Vela's mercenaries. We would recommend using the training dummies to practice your swordplay. It may marginally increase the time between now and your inevitable demise. Okay. Thanks, guy. Thanks. What do we have here? This looks like it might be a save point. Return home, never mind. A teleportation spell that transports the caster to the last crystal point touched. Though widely used by scholars, some still prefer to walk. They claim the chance of being incorrectly teleported off a cliff is not negligible. Well, alright then, we found our fast travel point. Resting in beds recovers your health, mana, and maximum stamina. Beds can cheaply be rented at inns. You may find unattended beds throughout the world. However, some are unsafe, and you will be taking a chance by resting in them. I imagine this might be a safe one, so let's rest in it, shall we? Looks like we could pick the time of day there. Nighttime, dusk, maybe daytime, and morning? It would only make sense. Grabbed another glimmer of delusion. Very nice. All right, these look like our training dummies. Damage. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You hit the dummy, and then it shows you on a printer of what damage you're doing. Your attack damage depends on your current stamina. Lower your stamina, the less damage you'll do. Your maximum stamina will also deplete slowly over time. If it reaches half its original value, you will become fatigued, temporarily reducing all stats. Maximum stamina can be restored by sleeping in a bed or using a stamina potion. Hold block to reduce incoming damage. If you block just as an enemy attack lands, you will parry it. Successful parries negate all damage and will stagger the enemy. Blocking and parrying are not possible when your stamina is empty. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's where we can practice that. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. Let's try it again. Nope. Hit the wrong button again. I don't know if we did it that time. Nope, a little too early. One of these days. I feel like the coin meant I got it that time. Dude, they're different attacks each time, it seems. I keep thinking the fast one's coming. Like that one. This is why you have training, you guys. All right, well, let's just say that we're going to have to put that to work, shall we? All right, I think we're going to be somewhat okay. We have our crystal. We have another ghost here. See that looming fortress? It's struck fear into the hearts of many who are braver and stronger than you, stranger. It was made in the God War, so the apostatics named it the Blinding Light to ridicule the gods they planned to butcher. Iconic that it should fall into the hands of someone so blinded by ambition and zeal. Vervella has claimed it in pursuit of her own twisted heaven, and the Blinding Light now turns its guns towards the faithless souls who made it. Her spectral eyes glisten. Tell me, stranger, if a hated enemy stood between you and your most cherished ideal, would you strike them down? Would you have the arrogance to take life in pursuit of your fantasy? I would kill for my beliefs or never. I think I would. At least you're the honest sort, then you're hardly alone. The sky realms are stained with the blood of those who stood on the wrong side of history. Even the gods proved fallible in the end. Still, I fear in the world like this, such a heart will only see you dead in a gutter by the sword of someone far less scrupulous. Okay. Found some poison, a deadly poison that can be applied to weapons. After coating your equipment with this noxious substance, all attacks will poison enemies for a limited time. This might be the side doorway. The front door seems obvious. These might be enemies. All right, let's see if we actually can block here. Remember, we're not good at it. How could you forget? Oh, gotta trigger the attack maybe. I think that shield might be a problem here. Paradoxus, an impossible flower that seems to shift between different shapes, can be used as an alchemy ingredient. This herb seems to defy the very principles of reality, often appearing differently depending on how it is observed. Oops. Trying to look at my inventory here. Oh, so we have grabbed our delusions. Is that what's giving us the ability to give our stat point increase here? I'm wondering. We have our points in might, right? I do like the idea of the persona. If we can click that. Oh, we can't click that right now. Okay. Makes sense. Our delusions are not all the way up. It's still at 0. The lift is not active yet. Very hacky and slashy. It's not too punishing, it seems like, when you take a hit, but then again, it's early. I don't think I want to continue on. I think I want to see what's going on at this castle. Speaking of those mushrooms, look how gorgeous this is. I don't know about you guys. Although repetitive with this ambiance music, I'm quite cozy. It's a dark fantasy, clearly. But I'm feeling anything but I know it exists. I'm curious to see if the story takes it up a notch there, but this feels like the snow is falling outside. You're back in whatever your comfy place is, wherever that might be in your life. All right, we needed a 3 there. We got a 2. Let's try again. Let's do it one last time. Okay. 3rd time's a charm. That's a trap, isn't it? Very nice. Oh, that door disappeared. I wonder if that was supposed to happen. Ooh, point of no return there. Maybe I'll try the other way. Oh, the doors are back. Oh. Weird. These weren't here. I just walked right through. Did everything just like load out and back in? I was gonna say, up until this point, this has been the smoothest gameplay ever, but that... I can't imagine, like, where... Unless it's some magical castle. Interesting. I guess let's try and go through this door, although we missed our opportunity to go through for free. Oh, it's barred from the other side. Okay. Let's go through here, then. Okay, I imagine we're gonna drop down. Oh, I see. Another delusion point. Do we have enough to add? Oh, I think we do. Okay, so I think I wanted to go persona. Let's do persona here. That gets you your first achievement. Embrace your first delusion. You recognize these old machines are God War relics, inoperable and mostly useless. Such strange contraptions are rarely seen outside the Clockwork Kingdom these days. I actually wonder here, is this where the lift would be? Same thing. A cluttered desk, an assortment of maps, notes, and diagrams clutter the table, detailing the planned exploits of the Dark Star mercenaries. One in particular catches your eye, an expedition to the cursed underlands far below the Sky Realms. We have another bed here. It might be risky, but I'll sleep in it. You wake up groggy and notice something is amiss. Yes, there's no doubt someone has been here while you were asleep. Fortunately, your gear was well hidden, but the thieves have stolen some coin. We were mugged. Okay, I mean, this is where you learn in the beginning of games, right? You gotta find out. All right, we now know our risk. wonder if this is the front gate. Oh, or maybe that lift. That might be our way out. Oh, they see me. We gotta get some stamina back here. This is our first double battle here. I should have just attacked sooner. Beer. We found beer. Beer is cheap in the Skylands, mostly derived from fermented mushroom pulp. It's exported to the far corners of the Apostatic Union. This cup is great. I want this like... It's like an emoji on the stream channel. Alright, we have more beds here. We've learned our lesson already, though. Let's go back. Let's drink a potion here. Alright, the old machines. It doesn't seem like one machine works here. Oh, is this the front gate now? Something has changed. Where are you going, prisoner? 17. Are you attempting to run from your duty? If you must recuperate, the lift next to me will take you back to the Inquisition camp. But Vela is still in the fortress, as we strongly suggest you go back inside and find a way to reach the battlements up above. Okay. It really does seem like things are in the nook and crannies of this game. Doors barred from the other side. Okay. Seem like I'm a little bit turned around in here. Alright, let's see where we're going. It does seem like when I leave the place, everything resets. I don't think that's doing me any favors in trying to find my way. No map charts. Maybe this is a lift that would be one that we have to use. Let's try it. This looks like an interesting landmark. Alright, we have an enemy. I love nothing more than an RPG of any kind that hides stuff in every nook and cranny. Encourage the player to observe the entire work of art you've created. Don't make it a waste of their time. Started to go under there for a second. That might be the only way through, though. Let's take a look here. Oh no, there's a door. Iron ore. A decent quality ore that can be used to upgrade rusty weapons. Most of the Isle mines were abandoned after the God War, but the ore remains there for the taking. Barred from the other side, but it's giving me a peek here. I don't know if this is intentional right here, to be able to see through the crack. I imagine it is, because it doesn't feel like anything's wrongly clipping or something. Or loading up weird. But if this is intentional, I love this. You get a peek, but nothing more for right now to build that intrigue. Alright, sounds like we have another puzzle here, although that might have done it. It's making me think there might be another one on the wall where I wasn't paying attention. This cutter needs to be repaired. Oh no, oh no. All right, well, fall damage doesn't seem to exist, at least not for that. I hear ominous clanking. We have another lift. Oh, that looks like our girl there. Before I do that, though, we have to make sure we see it all. they saw me. Leucosic bomb? A vial of fine white powder distilled through alchemical processes? Extremely volatile. The flask will explode on impact when thrown. Sign me up. This is the main area, so let's go back up. Another lift right there. That might be our way out. All right, this might be Vela here. Can't imagine we can go any higher. Maybe we can. Seems like her quarters. All right. Vela Kalos stands with gravitas, her voice piercing the clatter of the ship. You notice blood seeps from her armor. She is wounded, but hides it well. Loose the sails, and why is the anti-grav engine not running? Suddenly, you catch her eye. What's this, a straggler? The Dark Star Company greets you. My apologies, but you have caught us at a rather inopportune moment. Vela Kalos, I've come to apprehend you in the name of the Inquisition. I've just escaped from an Inquisition prison. Can I join you? All right. This might be our most pivotal choice yet. I don't think we're in any place to tell them that we're going to apprehend them. I'm going to play it smart here. I've just escaped from an Inquisition prison. Can I join you? She looks you up and down, smirking. I mean, no offense, but the Dark Star Company has certain standards. You don't quite fit the bill. Prepare yourself, straggler. Great deeds are afoot. Deeds that will bring the apostatic union's tyranny to an end. And that will usher in a new age of heaven. And with that, we must take our leave. It's been a pleasure, but I doubt we'll meet again. I gather we failed, or that's just one way you can finish the quest. Wow, they have airships, huh? Remember, in the settings, it said there was airship control. So if we can fly an airship like that here, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that seems exciting. All right, I guess let's take a look. Everything is open now. We have another crystal here. We have a ghost. Entice. This oddity of a spell draws upon the caster's force of personality, rather than their arcane knowledge to sway erstwhile enemies to their side. Much studied by academic wizards, the nature of the spell remains something of a mystery, but its power is not in doubt. This is our first spell, it seems. Let's talk here. Vela spent countless nights here, hunched at her desk by the light of a candle. While the rest of her crew slept, she would pore over sky charts and scour old tombs for shreds of arcane knowledge. Back then, when I was flesh and blood, I thought she was driven by a pure desire to carve out a better world. But in time, I came to think of her as a little more than a frightened girl, trying to fix something broken inside of herself. For there is a thorn in Vela's heart that she cannot remove, Sometimes it's maddening. Scratch pushes her to greatness. Other times, it twists her into cruelty and barbarism. The ghost looks you in your eyes. Listen, stranger. Whether you wish it or not, you will cross paths with Vela. I see it as clear as day. But what will happen next is a tangle of infinite possibilities. A dark void that swallows any attempt at foresight. If you wish to understand the woman your fate is bound to, seek an old manor that drifts on the northeastern edge of Hollowshire. I will meet you there. Wow, and just like that. Let me use this crystal to save, it seems. And I feel like we have to find our way out. Okay, so now everything might be operational here. Oh, it's you. The High Confessor wants to speak with you up on the platform. He mutters under his breath, though what she sees in a wretched prisoner is beyond me. All right, I guess we overtook the fort here. Let's go talk. Ah, prisoner 17. I believe you are wanted by the High Inquisitor. Best not to keep her waiting, yes? By all means, come back and speak to me afterwards. We've much to discuss. All right, let's go talk to her then. Our coffin here. The High Confessor is giving orders to the agents around her, pointing with her mechanical limbs and shouting between bouts of coughing. Eventually, she notices you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The coffin opened up, didn't it? Ah, prisoner. I can't take it seriously. 17 wasn't it. Our drones have been tracking you. It seems that Vela has escaped. I couldn't apprehend her. I failed. I played your little game. Will you let me free? Let's play into the game for now. I couldn't apprehend her. I failed. A high-pitched laugh reverberates through her coffin. Nonsense. I was certain you would be able to cut into tiny pieces. It's astounding you made it this far. But your sentence still stands. You may yet prove your usefulness. We must ascertain where Vela has fled to. Luckily for us, I know just who we can ask. She laughs to herself, but this turns into a pained series of retches. After a moment, you think she may have vomited. Excuse me. There's a little bit of comedic relief here. Now listen, it really does put us into the PS1 era, where I'm the one narrating for you guys. But this feels right. So far, I'm enjoying the writing here. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I'm still hooked. The Oniric Isles are home to a number of former Dark Star mercenaries. My superiors would rather I executed them, but she is silent a moment. They are of more use to us alive. If anyone knows where Vela went, they will. I would start with Jack Basalt, a former Navy captain turned sellsword. We have already contacted him and arranged a meeting. You can find him at the Wobbly Noggin Pub, what a great name, in Hollow Town, in the center of the Oniric Isles. Basalt has promised to direct us towards his comrades in exchange for the polymath's pardon. He can help you find the others. Which way to the Hollow Town? Why me of all your agents? Let's check with that. The Dark Stars are deeply mistrustful of the Inquisition. You could say we've had a few run-ins in the past. As one of our newest and most amenable operatives, you may have better luck than another of my agents. Which way to Hollowtown? Follow the road south, though the village of Pwill, and cross the gate bridge. This should get you to Hollowshire. You will need to acquire an apostatic union passport to cross the bridge. I wish I could grant you one myself, but we are undersupplied. Perhaps the locals of the village of Pwill could help you. Got it. Another achievement here, reclaim the Blinding Light Fortress in the name of the Inquisition. All right, good. And be careful. These islands are on the very fringe of apostatic Union territory. There may be worshippers or even minor gods who have fled the Union's purges tucked away here. The only assuredly faithless place is Hollowtown. Another little tidbit here that I really like is that you saw the picture before us was moving and then it just stops. I love that you don't have to race a clock to read these. I know it sounds obvious, but some games just keep it going. I like that. Let me be cozy and patient. And beyond Hollowshire's borders, there is ground even Union boots won't tread upon. To the east, the Clockwork Kingdom is in full-blown crisis, while the people of Endless Realm to the west are cursed to never die. So to the east, Clockwork Kingdom is in full-blown crisis. To the west, the Endless Realm, cursed to never die, makes sense. My tribunal will establish a command post in this fortress, the Blinding Light. Return here to recuperate if you wish. Oh, and one more thing. From now on, you'll be known as Confessor 17. This doesn't change your crimes or your sentence, but it sounds a little better than prisoner, eh? Okay, I'll be going. I have some questions. I'll be going. Farewell, Confessor. Wow. Wow. Well, you guys. Now listen, this is not a long game from what I gathered. I don't know the exact playtime. I want to say it might have been as small as something like 15 hours, but maybe as high as 20, 25, maybe a little more if you do all of the content. But main story was pretty short. So with that said, I'm going to throw it over and back to my conclusion here to let you guys know of my thoughts and so on. But more importantly, I want to know what your thoughts are on Dread Delusion here. I, right now, am quite enjoying this experience. I really am. I love the art style, and I love that it's basically teleporting me back to my childhood. And I know the nostalgia will reign supreme here when it comes to my feelings on this initially here, but it really does feel like something that is special. Not every game needs to be groundbreaking. Not every game needs to push the boundaries and progress things, in my humble opinion. I think this game right now is the exact market I want when I need some downtime, but I still want to play a video game. I love the energy it provides. So far, the story is enough of a hook for me to have the intrigue to want to just roam around and explore. It is not a high skill ceiling whatsoever, as you guys have seen thus far, and I just feel so at peace playing this. I would imagine if you guys are massive RPG fans in any way, shape, or form, tabletop to video games, this might be a fun, relaxing experience for you. Now, I don't know how dark this gets. This might be a fun one to just kind of wander around in and let a youngin' just kind of have an imagination, you know? Show them what imaginations can look like. It doesn't have to be a AAA polished experience. All in all, I definitely want to play this game more, and I definitely want to finish this game. I think it has earned my attention already in just an hour of gameplay. If you've made it this far, I really do appreciate your time. I really hope you enjoyed Dread Delusion here, and I encourage you to look for further videos from me when it comes to the Discover series. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're talking any indie releases, any AA releases, or anything in between, but nothing further when it comes to size of studio. I want to find games that I know exist, but I just simply never find unless I truly put an effort to do so. So if you guys like the sound of that, be sure to hit like on the video down below. Be sure to hit subscribe to make sure you get those notifications from me. And also, if you're unfamiliar with me, I do stream more than I make videos. Be sure to find us right here on YouTube, and be sure to find us over on the Purple app as well, over on Twitch, to make sure that you can catch us live sometime. And better yet, if you guys have any games that you want to suggest that I can do for the Discover series as well that you don't think get enough attention, please leave those in the comments down below, and I'll take a look and start gathering and formulating a list to do these videos for. But you guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate your attention, and I will see you very soon. Peace.